A cold-blooded nurse has been found guilty of murdering 7 babies in a neonatal unit in the UK. The name of the nurse is Lucy Letby. She is now the UK's most prolific child killer in modern times. Hello hummingbirds, thank you for joining me for another video here on HBN channel. On this channel we talk about some of the stories that make the news. Today's story is quite shocking and many, including myself, will struggle to understand what could lead a human being, especially a nurse in a neonatal unit, who is expected to care for and nurture babies, to do such a horrific thing as to take their lives. She worked in the Countess of Chester Hospital in the UK from 2011 to 2018, and that's a lot of time to do a lot of damage. Now, I'm going to be reading an article for you from Loop News, but before I do so, take a listen to Lucy Letby being interviewed by police.
They told me that there had been a lot more deaths and that I'd been linked to somebody that was there for a lot of them.
Did you have any concerns that there was a rise in the mortality rate?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about that. What concerns did you have?
I think we'd all just noticed as a team in general, the nursing staff, that this was a rise compared to previous years.
And the headline says, British neonatal nurse found guilty of killing 7 babies. Now, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Also, please like and share this video. Now back to the story, and the article reads, a neonatal nurse in a British hospital was found guilty of killing 7 babies and trying to kill 6 others. Lucy Letby, 33, was charged with murder in the deaths of 5 baby boys and 2 girls, and the attempted murder of 5 boys and 5 girls when she worked at the Countess of Chester Hospital in northwest England. She was accused of deliberately harming the newborn infants in various ways, including by injecting air into their bloodstreams and administering air or milk into their stomachs via nasogastric tubes. She was also accused of poisoning infants by adding insulin to intravenous feeds and interfering with breathing tubes. A jury of 7 women and 4 men deliberated for 22 days before reaching the verdict. One juror was excused well into deliberations for personal reasons, and the judge later gave the remaining 11 jurors the option of reaching a verdict with 10 people in agreement instead of a unanimous decision. Letby denied all the charges. She was found not guilty on 1 charge of attempted murder, and the jury could not reach a verdict on several others. Some of the verdicts were announced in court earlier in the month, but the judge imposed a ban on reporting them until deliberations were complete. Letby fought back tears on August 8 as the jury found her guilty of 2 counts of attempted murder and burst out crying as she left the courtroom. She had more recently declined to be in the courtroom as additional verdicts were announced. During the lengthy trial, which began late October, prosecutors said the hospital in 2015 experienced a significant rise in the number of babies who were dying or suffering from sudden deterioration in their health for no apparent reason. Some suffered serious catastrophic collapses, but survived after help from medical staff. They alleged that Letby was on duty in all the cases and described her as a constant malevolent presence in the neonatal unit when the children collapsed or died. They said the nurse harmed the babies in ways that did not leave much of a trace, and that she persuaded her colleagues that the collapses and deaths were normal. The first baby allegedly targeted by Letby was a boy born prematurely who died when he was a day old in June 2015. Prosecutors alleged the nurse injected air into his bloodstream. Police launched an investigation into the baby deaths at the hospital in May 2017. Letby was arrested 3 times in connection with the deaths before she was charged in November 2020. Prosecutors said a post-it note found at Letby's home after she was arrested in 2018 on which she wrote, "I am evil, I did this," was literally a confession. Her defense lawyer argued she was a hard-working, dedicated and caring nurse who loved her job and that there was not enough evidence of her carrying out any of the alleged harmful acts. The lawyer said the infant's sudden collapses and deaths could have been due to natural causes or in combination with other factors such as staffing shortages at the hospital or failure by others to provide appropriate care. He also claimed that 4 senior doctors pinned blame on Letby to cover up failings in the neonatal unit. Letby testified for 14 days, denying all accusations she intentionally harmed any baby. "I only ever did my best to care for them," she testified. "I am there to care, not to harm." She sobbed at times and defended the collection of medical records she kept at home on some of the babies in her care. "I don't deserve to live," she wrote on a green post-it note shown in court. "I killed them on purpose because I'm not good enough to care for them. I'm a horrible, evil person," she wrote. "I am evil. I did this." Her lawyer defended the notes as the anguished writings of a woman who had lost confidence in herself and blamed herself for what had happened in the ward. One note says, "Not good enough." Defense lawyer Ben Myers said, "Who did she write that for? She didn't write that for us, the police, or these proceedings. That is a note to herself, writing for herself." What a heartbreaking situation. A nurse, neonatal nurse at that, found guilty of murdering 7 babies, and she almost succeeded with killing several others. No one has the right to take the life of anyone, much less a baby. A baby is so innocent, they haven't had a chance to do any sort of evil. Now, this nurse's actions would have brought about an immeasurable amount of grief to the parents who suffered the loss of these babies. And when they think about the evil that was meted out to them, it must be very difficult for them to bear. And when they think about also what their babies could have been, the potential that was in those babies and the life of happiness and joy that was ripped from them by this nurse. Well, there is not much more I can say about this story than to say it is extremely, extremely sad. Hummingbirds, please share your views below. I'd really love to hear what you think about this one. Thanks again for watching this video. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell as well so that you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. Until next time, stay safe and walk good.